There is a quiet tragedy happening in the world today, and almost no one notices it. Not because it's hidden, but because we've grown up inside it. It surrounds us so completely that we've forgotten to question it. We live in a time that looks modern, advanced, civilized. But underneath the shiny surface, something much darker is happening. We are being shaped into children, not children in the pure, innocent sense. Children in the obedient sense. Children who learn very early that life is easier when you don't think for yourself. And the world rewards this. We are taught this pattern long before we learn to read. It begins innocently. In kindergarten, the lesson is simple. Make the teacher happy. Follow the rules like other kids. By the time we're in school, the message becomes clearer. You're not here to understand the world. You're here to get the grade. It doesn't matter what you really think. What matters is whether your answer matches what the teacher wants to hear or what the book says. And then we grow up, or at least our bodies do. But the pattern stays. University, write what the professor thinks, not what you believe. Don't challenge the system. Don't stand out. Just play along long enough to get the piece of paper that says you're qualified. Workplace? Now the stakes are higher, the rooms are bigger, but the rules are exactly the same. Stay silent. Blend in. Don't risk your comfort. Don't risk your job. Don't risk the disapproval of people who don't know who you actually are. And slowly, quietly, without noticing it happen, we trade our adulthood for approval. We trade our individuality for safety. We trade our potential for permission. And here is the part no one likes to admit. Obedience is easy. Infantilization is comfortable. Being a well-trained, non-thinking adult makes life simpler. Someone else tells you what's right. Someone else tells you what's allowed. Someone else decides what success looks like, and your only job is to nod politely and stay in line. It feels safe. But here is the brutal truth. A safe life is not the same as a fulfilled life. Predictability is not the same as purpose. And obedience is not the same as integrity. Some ask this question. Most never do. Am I living as myself? Or am I living as the world taught me to behave? And if we're honest, most of us don't like the answer. Because speaking up is terrifying. Because disagreeing is dangerous. Because saying what you truly believe feels like standing naked in front of a world that prefers masks. What if you're wrong? What if they judge you? What if they laugh? What if they punish you? So the world teaches us a habit that feels small, but is fatal. Silence. We swallow our opinions. We bury our questions. We censor our own thoughts before anyone else has the chance to. And we call that being mature. But silence is not maturity. Silence is the slow death of the human spirit. There is a moment in life when you realize something important. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to tell you when you are finally ready to live honestly. That responsibility is yours, and yours alone. And the tragedy is not that people fail. The tragedy is that they never dare. They choose comfort over clarity, approval over authenticity, fear over freedom. But here is the miracle. It takes just one real act of courage to wake up. Not a protest, not a revolution, not a battle against society. Just one moment when you say, "Today, I will tell the truth. Today, I will think my own thoughts. Today, I will not betray myself." That is adulthood. That is individuality. That is the beginning of an extraordinary life. No one is born above the crowd, but some refuse to sink into it. Some simply refuse to live on autopilot. They refuse to walk the path that was pre-written for them. They refuse the soft, comfortable cage of other people's expectations. Extraordinary people are not superhuman. They are simply conscious. They see the system, and they choose to rise above it, not fight it, not burn it down, just rise above. Awareness itself is the rebellion. Awareness itself is the victory. Because once you see the mechanism, once you notice how subtle the manipulation is, once you recognize how often you surrender your voice, you can no longer live the same way. And that is the point of this message. Not to change your life for you, but to make sure you never again pretend you don't know what's happening. You are not a child. You are not a pet following commands. You are not here to please the invisible audience of your life. You are a human being with a mind, a spine, a voice. And your freedom begins the moment you decide that your thoughts are worth hearing. Your opinions are worth forming. And your truth is worth speaking. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be aggressive. You don't need to fight. You just need to wake up. And when I say wake up, I don't mean joining another movement, repeating another slogan, or adopting another borrowed conviction. True awakening is remembering that your mind belongs to you, not to the crowd.